Welcome back to Mackland Cadets. Today we're on the 1650, which I'll explain what we're going to be doing to that. There's my tripod. I will be filming what we're going to be doing with it today. But there's my 682. Yesterday I used it to push back snowbanks and stuff. It's smoking here and there, but we put this machine together. The hydraulics are working really good. I did have to add hydraulic oil to it yesterday, but this machine is really working out quite well. I really enjoy operating it, especially with hydraulics. I can't imagine having the lever lift. If somebody wants to look back and how I did it, look back in some of my past videos and you'll see how to turn a 682 into a full hydraulic machine. The best thing I ever did. There's my 800. Having a little issue with my 800. It's been sitting around for quite a long time now, getting it ready for sale, and the clutch is sticking in it. So I put the pedal down and I put a little bit of dry gas on the clutch disc. Now, you're going to say, dry gas? Well, if you put a little bit of dry gas on a clutch disc, they will not seize to the flywheel, and that doesn't matter if it's a dozer, a tractor, a lawnmower, or anything, but that's a good way to do it. Just use a little bit of dry gas, put it on there, and it'll make it work. Now, I did check the shaft and the throwout bearing. It's really lubed up very well. It's just it has a brand new disc in it, and it's been sticking a little bit. But with that 1650 that came in, I did get a 42A snow thrower in with it, and it was missing quite a few parts. Now, I buy a lot of miscellaneous parts from gentlemen, a lot of people that come in here every day, and I bought a bucket of parts over in the summertime that had every part I needed, because when this snow thrower came in, it didn't have everything with it. Now, it was missing the control rod for the spout, and it was missing the lift rod and the handle that holds the spout turner right there. So I got it all together. It was missing. This piece right here was broke on the swivel, so I had another one of them. Put it all together. Now it's ready for sale. Now, since the last time we videoed, I will show you, I had 1,000 come in. I had some extra motors come in. There's a muffler. I also had a KT17 Series 2 motor come in that is a piggy bank. But right there's 1,000 that came in the other day. And that one, you know, for the year of it, it's in pretty good shape. The deck is in very good shape. But we'll come back into the shop and I'll show you. It's mid-February. And yesterday we were around 50 degrees, which is hard to believe this type of weather we're getting. Now, there's a Cub Cadet 582. I did receive a bunch of 582 parts in the other day, and this hood was a little bit faded. So I spent some time and I buffed it out pretty good. I'm going to spend a little bit more time with it. I probably won't wet sand it anymore, but I will just keep buffing it and get it so it's really a shine. If somebody needs a nice hood that has a little bit of patina to it, and that's the look they're looking for, there's the hood they need. So also, what came in with it was this dash. Now, in the picture here, I'm sure you're going to say, well, it looks like a normal dash, but it wasn't. This dash here, they had 2 extra gauges in it because it was in a pulling tractor. So I glued them in, and I used this Permatex cream plastic welder. Now, if you have a John Deere, and I know I have a lot of John Deere fans that have plastic hoods that are cracked, this is the stuff to buy. This stuff here really works. It's very fast. It's very invisible compared to other types of glue. So it's well worth, and it's very inexpensive. That tube there, I think, cost me around $6.50, $7, something like that. And it goes quite a long ways, and it really works well. It's a great investment if you have a hood that's cracked. And you can see it really is hard. I mean, that is really hard. Now, on this side here, what I did is I glued it in, obviously, and then I put body fill on it. Now, what I'm going to do, though, on the lines right here, I'm going to run a screwdriver down through there and get that paint cleaned out, and that won't look so bad. It's by far not perfect, but I couldn't see. This one hardly has any wear in this dash bezel, and I just couldn't throw it away. But then I bought off an eBay because I'm running a little bit low. I bought some front emblems and I got them all painted up. But right there is the KT-17 piggy bank motor. She definitely has a rod that's bad in it. But I get a lot of that neat stuff that comes in on a daily occurrence. But let's get to what we're going to do today. Today we're going to work on this 1650. This 1650 here has 3/4 inch spindles on it. And I decided if I'm going to take this tractor to plow day, I want to go to inch. So I'm going to put you in the stand. I have 2 sets of tires here, and we're going to get this job done. Now right here's a set of the ribbed Goodyear tires, which I'll probably use, but I did dig out some Carlisles also. And then these are like brand new, these tires. Yeah, they have some weather crack. I think this tire's a little bit better than the other, but I might use them. I'm not really sure. But we're going to show you how to change this machine over to inch spindles, how easy it is. I'm not going to use the cotter pins when I put everything back together. I'm just going to use regular lock nuts. They're fine thread. These are 3/8. These are 1/2 inch. And we're going to put this together. So I'm going to put you in the stand and let's get right to it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to pull your wheel off. Now you won't be using these washers here when you go to inch, because the inch ones, as you can see, right here's the inch ones, here's the 3/4. You want to make sure that it covers up the whole area. So you will not be using these again. You can reuse the bolt, but I have some different bolts I'm probably going to use. We're going to pull that right off. Now I have a drag link also that has a little bit of wear in it right there. You can see it has just a little bit. So we're going to get that pulled off. You're going to have to pull your cotter pins off. Now that's what I was talking about when I'm going to use lock nuts. I'm not going to put cotter pins back in them. So if I have problems, it'll be a lot simpler in the field. So we'll get that one pulled out also. We're going to do both sides, of course. Uses a 1/2 inch on this side. As you can see, 1/2 inch. I'll pull this side off. That wasn't even tight. So maybe my drag link isn't in that bad a shape, but we'll see here. Actually, we'll just leave that, and when we pull the spindle out, we'll get that. Now we're going to pull the main kingpin out for the spindle. That takes a 3/4 because it's 1/2 inch. I'm going to put this box. So there's the three. You can see the difference right here. There's inch. There's 3/4. I sell a lot of the 3/4 inch ones for guys that are restoring, so this is no big deal to change. There's your main pipe that goes right down through. I'll show you how to install that in just a second, which is real easy to do. But let's check out this drag link. Yeah, this drag link here is a little bit lower. And I have a used one here already. Run to the toolbox and get a 9/16. Actually, I didn't have to. I had that. I'm going to change this out. I'll show you how wobbly this one was. It's not the worst one I've seen. If they drop out, then they're really bad. But she's a little bit wore, there's no question about it. So right here's a used one. Now I advise anybody that's into this lawnmowers to get some parts machines, have them available, because you never know when you're going to need some hardware or something like that. It's always a good idea. I'm going to put this on right here. We're going to turn that just like that. Leave it there. We're going to take this piece right here. I have some grease right here, and I'm going to grease it pretty good. Stick that back in there, pipe. There's another one. I'm going to grease this one up. I'm going to take the 3/8, put it on the drag link nut. I'm just going to use a regular lock nut. I'm going to use a lock nut, 1/2 inch for the spindle here. I'm going to get a rag. Sure that's about right, and it is. My axle has a little bit of wear in it. I have thought about taking, but they're so close on a single cylinder motor, the oil pan, I'd like to switch it over, and you'd have to pull the motor out and put a regular kingpin in it and then be able to tighten up the front end. That's a project for a future deal for us. We're going to tighten this up. 1/2 inch again on the bottom, 9/16 on the top. Yeah, that's a little bit. Now, I guess the bottom one, well, my steering box looks a little bit loose, but that's something that we'll have to change a little bit later. I really like the Goodyear tri-rib, so we'll put them on. Put a little bit of lube on them. Use the big washer, 3/8. And there we go. There's This is the cross drag link. And there we go. Okay, we'll switch sides and we're going to do the other side. Somebody didn't have the right washer on this side right here. They used 2 of them. These 1650s were just a powerhouse machine. Just like the other side, it's going to take a 9/16 on this side, 1/2 inch on this. Drop that down. Now we're going to take this spindle out next. I forgot to take the cotter pin out from the bottom. That's nice about having a good impact. It took it right off. It sheared it right off, and I'm not going to use it again anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to pull this pin out. This holds it so when you sandwich it together, it swivels like this. You have to have this pipe in there or she'll be sloppy. So we'll grease it. Put that in there. Doesn't matter how much grease you use. Half-inch nut. I'm going to use a lock nut. You can see, that's what that pipe does. It keeps it so it makes it swivel. 3/8. Now, I recommend you use a lock nut, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're out in the field and it breaks or anything like that, you don't have to worry about you dropped a piece of metal in the field. Or in the lawn, went through a tire or anything like that. So that's why I really like a jam nut. If you haven't switched over to Milwaukee yet, I highly recommend it. And we'll put the 3/4 inch wheel on, or the 3/4, we'll move it and we'll get the inch on. Just put a little bit of lube on it. Now there's the correct washer, 3/8 bolts again. And there we go. Let me get my hands cleaned up and I'll give you a closer view of the change we made. And right there's the change we made. Right there's the 3/4 inch axles. You can see it's a nice clean install. How easy it is to do too. Now you can take these off from 1811, 1810, any of them are the same. 582, 782, they're all the same. All you have to do is make the complete change just like I did. So it's such an easy project. Have fun working on your Cub Cadets. Love hearing the comments from everybody. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks again for tuning in to Mackland Cadets. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.